Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We're going to be doing a historical video today. We're going to be looking at the extraordinary snowstorm that took place across many parts of the country during the end of April 1981. Now before I get on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There will usually be a video ad overlaying my videos here on GavsWeatherVids.com. Please play those video ads because you'll be supporting GavsWeatherVids.com if you do that. The other thing I want to talk about is the website where I get the charts from. It's weathercentral.de. You can find the link for Weather Central on my links page. Just go to the links tab at the bottom of this page, click on that, go through to the links page, and you will see the link for weathercentral.de. Excuse me, click on that, and that will take you through to Weather Central, and you can while away many a happy hour at Weather Central looking at the extensive historic archive of charts. They go right way back to 1871, and if it's a wet, windy, cold, miserable day as we've got today, well actually that's a pretty good thing to do if you want to while away a few hours. And you also have all the models, all the charts of all the models as well. Right then, so this was the start. This was pressure chart for the start of April 1981. This is actually the 5th of April. We've got high pressure here across many parts of the British Isles. I just want to start really at the start of April to show you that it wasn't actually a particularly cold month. It was actually a near normal CET, temperature across many parts of the country. And the first half of the month was actually quite warm, particularly in the north. So as we run through these pressure charts, we can see that high pressure very much in charge of weather really for the bulk of the country during the first half of this April, and even going out to the middle of the month, April the 14th. Here we have high pressure centred over over Scotland at 1035 millibars. Notice this northerly wind begin to dig down into Scandinavia. That's just the very first signs of the change to colder weather that took place at the end of the month. But really for us, for the 14th of April 1981, the high pressure was still in control. Had got some thundery showers and thunderstorms going on in the south on this day, but really high pressure was the dominating feature. And even going up towards Easter, high pressure stayed in control. This is actually Easter Sunday, the 19th of April. And yes, we've still got that high pressure just to the west of the country, giving us a lot of dry and fine weather. And in fact, Easter Sunday was pretty much a cloudless day across many parts of the British Isles. But this was the last day really of the mildest of the mild weather for April 1981, because on Easter Monday, which was this day, the 20th of April, things started to change. That high pressure begins to ridge up towards Greenland. That's usually the sign of trouble, the high pressure going up towards Greenland. And yes, we're starting to pull down this northerly wind into the north of Scandinavia with this trough here. But this was just turning it a bit cooler really across the country. A bit of a chilly northeasterly wind setting in here in the southeast. But it's really a cooler day. It wasn't anything too dramatic going on here, but it's the start of the change. Now, once we get through to the 22nd of April 1981, this is when the weather really starts to turn colder. Notice big troughs setting up over Scandinavia, this northerly flow coming down into Scandinavia. We've got a cold front here working its way across the country, introducing this cold air. This really was the day that the cold air started to set in on the 22nd of April 1981. Wintry showers coming into these northern and eastern parts of Scotland. So we have this cold front here, as indicated by this kink in the ice bars here. And here, this cold front sinking southwards, introducing that to much colder air. So yes, that's when we started to see the cold air beginning to set in. And then as we go into the 23rd of April, where we're all in that cold run of winds, then the cold front has cleared away across the country and we're into this run of cold northeast wind, fair number of snow showers coming into these northern and eastern parts of the country. Now the blizzard starts, oh by the way, this is the 850 temperatures on the 23rd of April, and so that's the confirmation really of the cold air covering the country. Now the blizzard starts on the 24th of April 1981, and it starts in the form of this area of low pressure forming over Ireland. We've got the cold air sitting across the country. It's been introduced by that northerly blocking feature over Iceland and Greenland, and the trough over Scandinavia. It's introduced that cold air, and now we're beginning to get this low pressure developing over Ireland, and this was the start of trouble, because as this low pressure began to move into that cold air, well, what can you guess happened? It started to turn to snow. We saw widespread snow developing across much of northern England through the course of the 24th of April 1981. Some very heavy snowfall indeed. More in the way of rain further south, across these southern counties, but it was snow across Northern Ireland and into northern England. Now look what happens as we go into the 25th of April 1981. This is Saturday the 25th of April. We've got this low pressure now, a major feature sitting across southern England. And notice this easterly wind across northern England into Northern Ireland, North Wales. Really strong easterly wind here, and that was giving us gusts up to 40 miles an hour, would you believe, and that was blowing that snow around. There was a blizzard going on, a great blizzard across much of northern England into North Wales, into the North Midlands. Some very heavy snowfall indeed. It was wet snowfall, so it stuck to power lines, brought a lot of power lines down, brought a lot of trees down as well with the weight of that snow. And by the time this was all finished on the 26th of April, there was actually, can you believe, over 20 centimetres of snow lying across quite a wide area of northern England, Wales and the Midlands, up to 60 centimetres in some of the hillier parts of Gloucestershire, the Peak District, and gusts and drifts were well in excess of that. So really was an extraordinary spell of weather this, with widespread snowfall, massive disruption and blizzard conditions raging across many parts of the country. And this is the 25th of April 1981, so we're a long way into the year. It's very, very unusual to get a blizzard like this so late in the year. The only other year that I can think of in the 20th century that probably was around the same time is 1908. There was another blizzard then, right at the end of April, but it's a very, very unusual and very rare occurrence to get a blizzard like this so late into the year. Now as we go into the 26th of April 1981, that low pressure is moving away to the southeast, and now the blizzard is starting to affect more eastern parts of the country. So down in towards the East Midlands, some parts of central England, we start to see the rain turning to snow. And certainly where I am in West Northants, it was actually this day, the 26th, that we got the snow. It was Sunday morning, and it turned to snow around early on in the in the morning of that Sunday. And the snow persisted throughout much of the day. As I say, many parts of the country, here included, had up to 20 centimetres of snow, but some places had well in excess of that. Northern parts of southwest Midlands, where it had been snow throughout much of the period from the 24th right through to the 26th. It had stayed as snow in one or two places, and in those areas there was over 60 centimetres of snow. So this is Sunday the 26th of April. We've all in this cold run of northeasterly wind. We've all got the rain turning to snow, but blizzard conditions. Rain really confined to this southeastern corner, but even here there was a little bit of snow as the day went on. But it's ready for northern England, much of Wales, down into the Midlands, into the East Midlands, Lincolnshire, some parts of central England. But we did have some very heavy snowfall indeed, and indeed it went down into southwestern parts of England as well, in down towards Salisbury Plain area. There was a lot of snow. And then finally, as we went into the 27th of April, well, things started to ease. That low pressure began to clear away to the south. We're still in that cold run of north or northeasterly winds across the country, but conditions were easing off. The snow was moving away. And of course, being the end of April, there was then a rapid thaw of the snow taking place. And some parts of the Midlands actually saw the severest flooding from thaw that we have seen since 1947 up to that point, and actually I don't think it's really been exceeded since this either. So there was very rapid thaw taking place, as you would expect at the end of April, and yes, there was some pretty severe flooding as that snow quickly thawed away. But it took a long while to go across some of the hillier parts of Derbyshire, northern England, and in fact in Snake Pass the road was closed there due to an avalanche risk, so it was pretty severe indeed across some parts of the North Midlands and North England. It took a long time to go, and it was well on into May, in fact, before that snow really thawed away across those more hillier parts of the country. Now, once we got into May, things changed quite quickly, and by the middle of May, temperatures were up to 25 degrees, 77 Fahrenheit. So it just goes to show you how quickly things can change at this time of year. But certainly this was a very, very unusual and noteworthy spell of weather. The last time there has been a blizzard on this extent at the end of April. It's not been exceeded before. It will happen again sometime, I don't doubt that, but it is very unusual, very rare event. Before this, you had to go back to 1908 to find a similar blizzard of a similar severity. So I say it's a very, very unusual and very rare occurrence for us to get such a blizzard at such a late stage in the year. Hope you've enjoyed it. My throat's just about giving out, so I'm off to get a drink of water. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and that's it for now.